Hey guys, good morning from Dhaka Bangladesh. Today's theme is gonna be a little bit dark. I realize no one actually has done this kind of review. Maybe in recent times, maybe in past, I haven't seen that many reviews, but I have been having this idea because nothing to be negative or pessimistic, but just an idea. Okay, so first of all, this list is gonna be top 10 fragrances to wear in funerals, and funeral is something like you can see it in different ways. You can see extremely tragic. Of course, it's death is tragic. At the same time, I think there is something beautiful about funerals because life is supposed to be, limited. It's not unlimited. You are supposed to live certain life. You are here today. Tomorrow you may not be here. So it makes the whole life very kind of like beautiful because it has to end. So we do not know because we sometimes think like gonna be here like till 60, 70, but you don't know what big guy has arranged for you. So perhaps like we should always think of once in a while about life after death or just death, whatever your faith is. I have full respect to it, but when I see funerals, I mostly am referring to Christian funerals, like that happens in near the church, near the graveyard. So what are the kind of fragrances you can wear? So usually this is for like just an concept. It's not like you have to wear a fragrance that day. You can absolutely avoid wearing anything. But these are 10 fragrances plus two honorable mentions. I think if you have been a fragrance lover or you're attending someone's funeral who actually love fragrances, as a tribute you can wear. Okay, so these fragrances on most part I find them like I do not find an occasion to wear them, and I have found the inspiration from one of my favorite fragrance reviewer, Mark, as well as Thomas, one of my brothers from Greece. These two guys inspired me. So I'll show one of the fragrances and I'll tell you the story how Mark inspired me to do this indirectly, and Thomas, I also talk about him a little bit. So let's hit the kind of the list. So first one, I'm going to show you two samples because in the top 10 I want to show you full bottles. I don't have full bottle of these, and I do not have so many other fragrances. There are many fragrances, usually dark, incense, leather, oud. This kind of fragrance would go nicely with funerals, but let me show you one by one. First one, I have a sample of very precious fragrance. Someone gifted this to me one time. This is Tom Ford Noir Anthracite, and I'll write down the names. This is discontinued at this point, did not sell well. Okay, this is extremely not challenging. This is extremely creative and unique, bold fragrance. This is one of the best I sniffed from Tom Ford. So when I smell it, it's very peppery, kind of like earthy, and it smells like anthracite, the material itself. If you smell it, you'll see what I mean by it. It's appropriate for that kind of a dark. If imagine a funeral taking place in the cold weather, this is gonna really be a good fragrance because you could be wearing something formal like a black suit, and white shirt. So this is gonna go perfectly. Second one I'm gonna go is by Kilian Dark Lord. I just reviewed it a few days back. My sample is almost finished. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this one is very similar to Gucci Guilty Absolute. I used to have it and I sold it. Mostly what you get from this is leather and more leather and a little bit of booze and a little bit of citrus up top, but it is about the dry leather and patchouli and a little bit of, I think, what is the other note? There is one more, vetiver, yeah. So these kind of notes and go with that gloomy, sad day, So yeah, these two are my honorable mentions: Dark Lord by Kilian and Tom Ford Noir Anthracite. Both a little bit expensive, but they are worth investing in. So number 10, I'm gonna go with my one of my favorite fragrances, Creative House. Definitely, this house packaging, the conceptually what they do, the smell and the fragrances, everything just go like they do not copy anybody. This is the best thing about, I think, Rodriguez. I forgot his name. I don't want to take a wrong name. I forgot the perfumer's name, but this is the fragrance. Number 10, John Varvatos Dark Rebel Rider. And this one I picked because this fragrance, it's a flanker of Dark Rebel. I could have picked that one. That one lasts a little bit longer than this, but this one, why I picked it, I think perhaps one last ride. Like if you watched Ghost Rider, I mean that's a film, but like people who, let's say, you're going to a friend's funeral. Like I remember my maker Smish Dan, he used to love bikes. It's and he just left us too early. I believe, but you don't know, but it really made me extremely sad. So if I was to attend his funeral, I think I would wear this as a tribute to this guy. He was full of life and I would salute him wearing this perfume. Okay, so John Varvatos Dark Rebel Rider, this is my number 10. Okay, It smells kind of like a leathery, bit dark, it's a very dark and ominous kind of fragrance. And the fragrance is not for everyday usage. So funeral time, I think this is gonna be a good choice to wear with the leather jacket. Number 9, I'm gonna go with another dark fragrance. Mostly you're gonna see all darkness here. And second, like not second, number 9 is Van Cleef & Arpels Purhomme. This perfume doesn't get so much talk, but trust me, this is something. If you love Chanel Antheas, if you like something in those lines, Kouros, if you like Lapidus, something of that dark nature, this is Van Cleef's one of the most inexpensive perfumes. You can get this under $30 for 100 ml. Very old school kind of bottle, as you can see. It has a powerhouse written all over it, but it has this dark leather note. I really love this about this fragrance. I should wear this in the winter a little bit more. This perfume, it has a kind of like a old school, I think there's oak moss or something like it in this. It has a little bit of animalic touch to it, but it's very gentlemanly at the same time. So I think this is my number 9 pick, Van Cleef & Arpels Purhomme. Number 8, I'm going to show you Bentley for Men Absolute. This is a dark perfume, okay? This is, let's say, rejuvenation or rebirth of Gucci Purhomme. I used to have Gucci Purhomme, I sold it off to my brother, and that one is very hard to find, very expensive, $500 plus for the 100 ml. This one, you can find it for under $35, $40 tops, okay? Bentley for Men Absolute. Used to be a Harrods exclusive, but this one is from Dubai, at the Middle Eastern market. So the fragrance basically has this pencil shaving sort of note. It has a woody kind of a fragrance, it has a woody smell to it. It's like a pencil shaving, kind of like a clear cedar kind of a smell with touch of darkness to it. So this is a perfect fragrance. It's not over, it doesn't really project like a beast. So you can go 3-4 sprays of it, and you can enjoy it also in the workplace also, but it suits that perfect day for funerals. So Bentley for Men Absolute. Number 7, I'm gonna go with a fragrance, very obvious. You guys gonna be like, okay, this one is supposed to be here. This is one fragrance you cannot wear everywhere. This is a fragrance I do not see that many occasions, and I agree with Mark. He said this fragrance is just artistic kind of fragrance. You just want to have it for your collection. This is Noir, okay, by Lalique. This is a dark bottle, as you can see, woody. It reminds you a little bit of the coffin, perhaps. I don't want to I'm trying to be respectful, so do not take me for like I'm trying to make fun. A little bit sad or a little bit tragic. But Lalique Noir is about that vetiver, dark vetiver with the inky note. So when you smell it for the first time, you will be like, what is this? And it smells really weird. It doesn't smell like anything else in the market. So Lalique basically did a niche fragrance in their $30-something bottle. If you ever try it, you'll see it smells beautiful, it looks beautiful, it does last a long time, and it's very dark. Noir, number 7. Number 6, and we're gonna go top 5. Number 6, I'm gonna go with my favorite fragrance, Zadig&Voltaire This is him. This makes a lot of my lists, Even though this is a very unique bottle and unique smelling perfume, there's just not that many fragrances of this quality, okay? You get a little bit of freshness up top with that little bit of, I think, orange or something like that. I forgot exactly. Check out all the reviews, individual reviews of mine. I describe them. So this perfume, it will go slowly to that incense side. It is very much like you can wear this in a rock festival. At the same time, you can wear it for your night out, dating, at the same time library, and then you can wear this in the funeral. It's like one of the most unique fragrances I bought in my last 5 years, okay? So Zadig&Voltaire, this is him. Now we're going for top 5. Number 5, I'm going to go with one of the most beautiful fragrances ever, but it's a very challenging one. The original one, EDT, it has a blue bottle that smells like wet cement on a rainy day. You guys know which one I'm talking about, but I picked up this one. EDP version of Narciso Rodriguez for him. This perfume has the most beautiful bottle ever. It's like painted inside. It has a mysterious kind of looking bottle, and there's a musk version of it I want to try. This is all about musk. If you like musk, this is musk galore. The perfume, it has excellent longevity. It wears very beautifully. It has long-lasting performance. Projection is nice in a windy, cold winter day. If it rained, if it rained in a winter day, and you're wearing like your overcoat, and you just, just coming back from a funeral, this is gonna be like going, because it has a darkness. The original one, it's a lot more gothic than this, but I think it will suit perfectly for that particular day. Narciso Rodriguez for him, EDP. Number 4 is the fragrance. I'm gonna mention now my brother Thomas from Greece. His name is written in Greek language, so at first I used to have tough time reading his name, but then he cleared it. Now I know his name is Thomas, and he always is very active in our group. So he told me, brother, this perfume reminds me of death, and this is so dark, I cannot imagine any other occasion to wear it. So I'm showing it in his honor. This is Angel Man by Thierry Mugler. This is one of the most darkest fragrances. Sweet, coffee, patchouli, tar, caramel, honey. There's tons of notes in this. Even people say there is a leather in this. Once in a while I smell it, but it's so dark. I think this is definitely gonna be a perfect occasion to wear. Like a perfect occasion to wear this perfume. Like funeral. So Thierry Mugler, Angel Man. This is my limited edition 2011 bottle. You can buy any Thierry Mugler version. Do not buy the Mugler version. Okay, that will be okay. So number 3, I'm gonna go with this perfume. Thing is, this perfume it's flanker to one of the perfumes that I really love, but that one I wore a lot more. But this one I hardly reached for it. I decanted most of it. I wore it like 2 years back a lot, But nowadays it's just remained at this juice level. I just kept it for collection. This is Dior Homme Parfum. It's getting super rare to find now, and getting discontinued or reformulated either. So the prices have gone up so much. This 75 ml, I think, yeah, is going for $150 now. So this is supremely potent, okay? And Dior's one of the best creations ever. My favorite reviewer, Sebastian Zara, loves this a lot. So this perfume, this is sweet still. It has an iris, and it has the sweetness, kind of like bold, but at the same time it has that leather and oud. Both I think is in this. Either one, like leather is for sure. This is heavy on leather. So this juice, it's darker than Dior Homme Intense or Dior Homme. So this is the darkest in the line. I think you can choose a funeral to attend. Let's say you have a rose in your suit, and dark suit, black suit, and then you have a white shirt. This is gonna go perfectly with that attire. Dior Homme Parfum, number 3. Number 2 is a fragrance. I don't think I put it in any list, and this is the fragrance I am referring to. Mark Robe08, my favorite reviewer, my fragrance guru. He is one guy who reviewed it and said this smells like death, and he didn't joke about it. He actually literally meant it. And this perfume I looked for 3 years in my journey until I found it. This perfume I do not find any occasion to wear it, and it's super hard to find, super expensive. 50 ml goes for like 200 something dollars plus. Okay, so I'm lucky to have a big 100 ml bottle. I think I have good 50 ml plus left in this, and this is a tester bottle. This is Fahrenheit Absolute, Dior's Fahrenheit Absolute. So now this is hard to find. You can see the darkness of the bottle. It's actually that dark. So they replaced this by making Dior Fahrenheit Le Parfum, but that one it's not for this kind of occasion. That's a lot more playful, sweet, whiskey, kind of boozy. This one, this has that Fahrenheit DNA. The mobile, like a oily smell. It has kind of like leather. At the same time, it has oud. They introduced oud in this. I think it has incense and myrrh, oud, and I think oud wood, something like that. So all woody elements, and the fragrance is extremely dark, but it's really beautiful too. It's a very crafty fragrance. It's like kind of like artistic fragrance. Okay, this, and I forgot to bring you the other one. I forgot to bring in the list, but also let's say Dior Sauvage Parfum. These two can be, let's say, a tie. I forgot this to bring this one. So these two I do not see that many occasions to wear. If you're going to attend a funeral, these two are extremely suitable for that kind of occasion. So yeah, that's number 2. And number 1, I'm gonna go with this fragrance. It's my favorite perfume from this house. I have bought about 6 to 7 Amouage, I think, in my journey, and I sold off most of them. I have now 2. I have Reflection Man, and I have this one, Interlude Man. Interlude Man is a fragrance I saw. There's a reviewer called Dave, I think, forgot his name. I think Punch Bottom Note or something. His channel was called, the bald guy from Army, and he was one of my favorite reviewers. He had the most honest content in his channel. He reviewed this perfume, a 50 ml bottle, and he said this perfume is so potent, guys, I cannot even finish 50 ml, so I don't encourage you to buy a big bottle. And that's exactly what this perfume is. If you see how strong this is, you don't want to overspray this perfume. This is Interlude Man, okay? Remember the name. It doesn't say anywhere interlude except the neck. So this is from House of Oman, a niche house, very prestigious house. Recently the owner, the Sultan, passed away, so rest in peace, sir. And what a beautiful house. And the quality, either you buy the UK version or Oman version, the quality in this perfume is like absolutely stunning. You may have time to understand their fragrances, but once you do, you'll see the beauty of it. So this one, Journeyman, Reflection Man, Sunshine Man, some of these are my favorite perfumes, but this one, it has leather, incense, oud, frankincense. I think this one has smoke, you know, it's like has the sweetness at the same time. I think Steven from Adolescence, he wore once like how many sprays, 30 or 40 something sprays to go on a subway, and no one actually complained. But trust me, I wore this once, 5 sprays in a restaurant, and people just was so uncomfortable because it was a closed, air conditioned kind of restaurant. But the perfume is just like, it scares people, you know, like I think I like that about this perfume. You know, it has that ability to attract attention and stuff. Like Kuros, this I did not want to put Kuros because that's too animalic. Interlude Man, you can definitely pull this, just one spray, just go one spray, and you'll be actually very you'll find it to be like fitting the perfect, you know, like situation or the day for a funeral. So that's my top 10 fragrances to wear for funerals. So you can try them. In general, like these perfumes, you tell me, like, can you pull this off every day apart from Dior Parfum or Angelman? The rest of them, do you think they're everyday wearable? If yes, also let people know. And what are some of the fragrances you think would be appropriate to wear on a day of funeral? Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.